Welcome, welcome Capricorn to your predictions about love in general for upcoming October. We're going to get into things, but first go ahead, hit subscribe to Hangman Tarot, do your thing. And of course, there will always be a ton of information by the ending of this reading, so make sure that you stay tuned for that. Also, hit that bell button if you don't want to miss your next upcoming tarot readings. All right, we're going to find out all about the situation surrounding your current situation, current energy, and then we're going to find out all about your month of October, any predictions that are coming up for that, as well as your love predictions, of course, by the ending of this reading. So here we go, staying tuned for all of that. Getting into the current energy first. All right, so the situation with current energies, you are in a new start, dealing with some sort of a new beginning, making a new start and allowing yourself to discard the old lovely energy. Courage, that's the blockage. Having courage to see the lessons in all of the situations, all of the experiences that you had in the past. So in order for a new beginning, a new start, you have to let go of all of that. You have to let go of all of that shit, all of the lessons, all of the experiences, all of the things that you don't see fit or you don't see that is perfect, the potential that it could be, whatever you're thinking about. Make sure that you face them in a constructive manner so that you can move forward into that new beginning, a new start, whatever it is that you're trying to realize that needs to be done. Before you get into this new beginning, anything you're realizing, anything you're assessing, make sure to check that out to find more balance, to find more trust. This is going to add to the courage, is when you really face the fear, okay? That's really going to add to your situation currently. All right, I'm going to find out who your person is once we get with the general reading, of course, but let's find out what's going on as far as the situation, any potential or challenges that you have in upcoming October influencing you, external influences, inner strengths, hopes, fears, you name it. I want to know what it is that you need to know, a point of view that you need to go at it, and any of that likely outcome energy towards it. All right, what do we got upcoming for beautiful, beautiful Capricorn? All right, let's get into this. Okay, so we have our 5 of Swords. We've got a 10 of Wands. Those are both in reverse, the Highest Priestess. So I'm feeling just like the potential or the challenge mostly is some mistake that's already been made. There's already a mistake here. There's already, you know, a moment in which you realize you need to reassess. You need to take care of the things in the past so that you can move forward in this type of situation, this conflict that brought loss. Now, this could have been brought upon some sort of communication or just a change in logic or just trying to even refresh so that there is no anger, no guilt within your life. Now, the focus that you need to have here, whatever focus, is that the imbalance is coming from stress. The imbalance is coming from an overwork. So you're just kind of like laying there, just exhausted, burnt out on the situation, just feeling like no matter how much you do or how much you try or how much you communicate, how much you are trying to be seen, how much you are really just trying to know, it's just the power here is the fact that you're really stressing yourself out by putting too much on your plate. So maybe just like dialing it back a little bit, 1 chore a day. You could do like 1 color a day, 1 number a day, whatever it is, invite it in and modify as you focus. So just deliver your life one step at a time. Like, we don't need to fucking do everything at one time. So that is the biggest obstacle here that I'm looking at in October, is that you're stressed out, you're overworked, and this is stuff that is already in process. You already know that there's, you know, mistakes that have been made, okay? And this mistake could come out of sharpness, some sort of conflict, some sort of loss, illness, maybe some sort of abuse, maybe some sort of mental fog. So however this aligns with you, just allow it to resonate in that way, please. And when you get into the month of October, the thing that you really want to get into is past influences, kind of surrounding the situation, this mistake that you feel like you've made and it's caused you to be so stressed and overworked and exhausted, is definitely just the focus is supposed to be your intuition, that deep wisdom, that inner guide. And it's almost like you push with everything but that. So yes, of course you're fucking exhausted. So your month of October, make sure you are trusting the fact that you're learning from this lesson. Okay, so going back into the past and picking up the pieces, just what I was indicating to you in your current energy is to start a new start. You're gonna have to pick up the pieces of, you know, not being a high priestess energy, not knowing your worth, not knowing that you are just as creative and just as brilliant if you modify it. Like, you don't have to do every motherfucking thing. Focus one thing at a time. Okay? And again, let's get into your strengths. Let's find out your strengths and the strengths that you'll be taking into your near future. So your strengths here is feeling fulfillment and pushing towards that. And anything to do with connections, something that's in flow as far as your dreams, your happiness. You could even be, you know, your strength could even be manifesting or just like loving or having a certain level of emotional consciousness or emotional state. So maybe just knowing that you have full control over your joy, you know that you have full control over not joy, okay? And anything upcoming in the near future with the strength would be just trying to awaken. You're really just trying to find surrender. You're trying to let go of the potential outcome. You're trying to let go of, you know, being selfish and not allowing a moment of pause. Like, you have to wait. Just let it ride out however it does, because you fully have no fucking function in the outcome. Okay, if you want a new beginning, you have got to let this strength, these wishes, these dreams, all of these things that you're really just trying to manifest with love, could even be a relationship or some type of a love affair even, but you're not being passive about it. So that's a plus. Okay, because we know you can be passive, it's fine, and I get it. I hear you. I do it too. But the reliability here, or something that you can ride on, is the safety of perspective. Can you change your point of view on the situation? Okay. And if you can, that means you're fucking surrendering. You're just relaxing to the is. It is. Okay. Moving into suggested approach and anything that you need to know around an approach to this situation. Okay, so approaching this is just approaching the experience, okay? You keep approaching things in an insecure type of way, or like you keep kind of covering up what you are. I mean, stop doing that, because what you are doing is binding yourself to just what other people think, and you're just living for them and allowing them to kind of like mangle you or manage you in a way of a puppet almost. Okay, so you need to let go of the self-doubt. Don't be confused about what it is. Your fulfillment in this experience is free will, and your journey is needing to be cleared up here. Okay, because there is anger, there is guilt about whatever this situation is. Okay, so any kind of like approach would be to let go of that anger, let go of that guilt, stop being insecure about the situation, because fulfillment could come to you in this, okay? And whatever this is, I just feel like that this has a lot to do with power, some sort of unknowing power. You could be dealing with work, emotion, all of it, adventure, power in anything that you do as far as like your passion project. Like, you could be working on anything here. I just feel like it has a lot of meaning, okay? And you're making it meaningless the moment that you are judging yourself in this experience. Let this be a beautiful experience. Stop being insecure about the experience and just move on, okay? Your fear is that you will not find relief, and that is coming up. Your fear is not finding relief in the conflict. You fear that this is not going to bring you relief. You fear that something has moved on. Some sort of, and this has already begun. So in upcoming October, you're going to find out all of this. You're going to find out if something has moved on. You're going to find out if this has something to do with work, just maybe like movement in a business, movement in the physical, the ego, what has moved on. This is a fear though. And your hope is that once you get into this place in October, by the ending, your hope is that it will be harmonious. Your hope is that it will be peaceful. And this has already begun. This is already in the process. I don't know what this is. This could be business. This could be just something that you're really trying to transform. Ego-wise, this could be a million trillion different things. And I'm seeing a lot of different things here. just the power in general is the fact that you're trying. This is a lot of trying. This is a lot of working that you're doing. And again, even if you're in a really like exhausted place, could be the inner stuff, definitely. Okay, so a likely outcome here is that let me get one more. Okay, likely outcome is truth, okay? A lot of truth, a lot of cleared up thoughts, a lot of cleared up plans, a lot of logic that you've really been focusing on and being rational and just maintaining some sort of loyalty even behind, you know, something that looks sharp and scary and aggressive. You have maintained purity and nurturing and trying to, you know, allow things to come as they come. Okay, and likely outcome is just investing into that focus and being patient. Okay, because there is a celebration by the ending of October or in the middle of it. So you could even be dealing with kind of feeling that out and feeling your way there. You could even just be dealing with, in general, on the inwardness. This celebration could be on the inside. It could be just a joyous occasion, setting out a party, maybe just, you know, dancing excitedly, or just the mere fact that your adventure might be beginning and in a stable place where you can really plan this. This could be super nice focus for you. But the assessment, the overall reflection of it would be, yeah, you're going to invest in the truth so that you can find some joy, find some celebration. And again, however that aligns with you. Okay, let's find out who your person is that we're talking about as far as love. And it could even bring up people that you're dealing with as far as business, just like somebody you're communicating with to get in flow with whatever you're doing. So this will find its way however it finds its way. Yada-da, yada-da. Okay, Capricorn. Are you ready to find out who we're dealing with, who we're talking about here? I would like to know. Let's get it. Okay, you're dealing with a Queen of Swords in reverse, so not a very fancy-dancy person. And you'll be dealing with them. You're probably already dealing with them. You're not communicating with them. You haven't communicated with them, okay? This moon card gets me every time. You have a lot of worry, anxiety around the situation. I feel like it's kind of falling behind though. So I think that, you know, the things that are lit up are supposed to be lit up. The truth that is supposed to come out will come out. Now, this could be happening now, but I do know that you're not communicating with the person that we're going to be talking about. This person could be an air sign. They could be an earth sign. But this is your focus, because you have a lot of work put into this situation. You have a lot of work. You've been very, very busy. And this could be financially managing an experience. It could be just transforming something that you're trying to grow on the outer situation. It could just be something physically that you're trying to create as far as safety or reliability, okay? So that is something that you've been focusing, manifesting, planning, projecting, like whatever you want to call this. This is getting to a place where it's like, finally. Let's find out more. I want to know more. Now, this is an air sign or an earth sign. Somebody you're not talking to in the most traditional sense, okay? I just feel like there is a purpose, and it could just be something that would bring you conflict at this very moment to communicate. So it could be a couple different ways of dealing with a plan to get there to a fulfillment. So let's find out what's going on with this person in you. Okay, so the situation is that this person's vision, they have a mental fog, okay? They do have lack of vision when it comes to the situation because of the emotional wounds that they already have in the situation. So they could have already had, I just feel like the rejection here has really made things unclear to them. Now, the change, whatever that might be, could come in conflict, or it could have already been conflicted. So I think that there was already a situation here. So this is just kind of going over as far as like situations and blocks. I think that this is something that has already been going on. So maybe this person's vision of the situation is very much not clear because they don't know about it. They don't know what's going on. They're out in the cold on it. They don't really know. They don't know what's happening. And, you know, they have lack of no matter what, okay? So they're pretty passive about it, and they have a low self-esteem, and they're kind of over it. They don't think that this would be reliable if they were to be talking about an experience or a situation with you, because I don't think you two are together. Now, the situation over on your end of things is that there is an emotional blockage, okay? There's definitely some sort of emotional block, and I feel like there's a you're trying to control the situation or trying to control how you feel about the situation, but you don't want to ignore it either. So that's your situation. What's really blocking you and them? What's blocking them or was blocking them, whether this was a relationship in the past or, because this has already begun. This is something that this energy is very much in the place of, we've already did this. Whether or not they know that you're coming in with an offer, not sure. But on their end of things, their blockage was that they were too quick, okay? They should have slowed down within the situation. They forced a commitment in the situation or the experience that the both of you had. So kind of like reflecting on the situation or looking back on it, it was very misbalanced. The power dynamic, there was a struggle even there. So the masculine, the feminine energy was very off balance too. And the fierceness was not there. The strength was not there. Okay. And there was just kind of like a drive that was pushing away. Over on your end, as far as a block, there was something that was just felt like very unlucky as far as a block when you're coming in with this new, like, here's this new beginning that we could create. Now, what is the block? Okay. And your blockage is saying yes and shutting off at the same time. So you're trying to shut down all of the potential by saying no. So the blockage here is saying yes. And just the emotional maturity to do this. Do you have enough there? Is there enough emotional maturity here just overall for you both? Because there's definitely some sort of a victim mentality among the both of you. Anything that is really at the root of the situation. Over on their end, they're very stubborn. And the forgiveness is coming in, you know, slowly. There is no long-term, though. There's a mistrust already, and again, it has a lot to do with because the fulfillment was thought that this would come in this relationship, but it's just they don't know if anything. The root of the problem would be that they're not really a risk taker. The adventure scares them probably, and they just feel like this might be meaningless, and this is kind of like that burnt out feeling energy on the experience overall. So any potential or opportunity that would be in this, that's where it was happening. And I just feel like this is a past relationship. I don't know where it's coming from because this is very weird cards and the way that it's coming up. Okay, so over on your end, the root of the situation was that not taking responsibility at all in the relationship, okay? And it was like, because you couldn't control how you were feeling in the scenario, it made you feel like, you know, karma was not on your side. But this is karmic. This was spiritual. This connection, because of the carried awayness and the unpredictability of this, it made you kind of question, or it made you not welcome it. This was fated. Whatever this was. What's the likely outcome? Let's just get to the point. Oh. Okay. The likely outcome is that there will be a fear over on their end of the commitment. Does that make them question it? No, but they're just wondering if they can, you know, balance this. Can they adapt to the situation at hand? Okay, so again, this has already happened. This has already happened, or you're already dealing with this, or, you know, you're kind of going over a what happened type of situation, because you are coming in with an offer. I don't know what that means. There is some father issues over on their end of things, making it so that they are a little rigid, they are a little stubborn, they are very much in their masculine energy, whether it's a woman or a man. So the domination part or the lack of discipline is going to be coming in also, and that's going to make this likely outcome. Can you handle that type of thing? Can you handle that? Can you be flexible enough to get into a place where the both of you can just, you know, get okay with it. It's just like there's a management that needs to be done here, okay? And I feel like on your end of things, yeah, I mean, sexually, the both of you are going to express, and there's going to be a confidence in the order that it comes in. So it's going to be a really nice relationship if you would allow it to be. As long as you're authentic, you're empowered, you're aligned, and you're good to go, and you have this huge meaning, and you have all of this determination to push into this, yeah, this could be a great relationship, but you just have to be patient. Okay? And that's going to be your job, is to be patient and to balance and help really align it. Okay? Congrats. How exciting, whatever that is. All right, I got to get out of here. Please go ahead, hit subscribe, Hangman Tarot. Check out my members button also on YouTube and all of the playlists that we have there. And if you would, please go ahead and click the bell, especially if you want to be annoyed or bothered a couple times a day, about every day of the week. Go ahead and hit that. Other than that, please enjoy the rest of this month, and I will see you next month for November's reading.